Hi guys, welcome back to World of Tanks with Elneache. Today we're going to have a look at the probably physically largest, slowest, and in my opinion one of the most fun of the British tanks to play, the TOG II. This tank unfortunately isn't available at the moment in the premium shop. It was removed from the premium shop a little while ago, much to the disgust of a lot of people. And this is an interesting tank, I'll put it that way. As you can probably tell looking at it, this tank, it was actually designed in World War II, but from the moment it was designed it was out of date. You can just tell from the design of it, it was designed for breaching trenches. It was actually designed by a group of engineers referred to as the old guys, who had been responsible for tank design for World War I, and you really can see that here. Now, from the off, I'll tell you, everything about this tank is wrong. It's everything you could think of about this tank makes it an absolutely awful tank. But it is fun as hell to play. I mean, it's a huge target. Absolutely huge. From any direction. I mean, if we compare it sideways on, this is a tier 6 tank. Compare it to the Centurion Mark 7-1, which is considered a big tank. The Centurion is smaller than it. The Black Prince tier 7 Heavy is smaller than it. AT-15A, you get the picture. But let's not even limit this to the British. Let's have a look at other nations' heavy tanks. The Tiger II is significantly smaller. T-29? Yeah, I think pretty much every single tank in the game is smaller than this thing. Its hull armour, 76 at the front and sides, 50 at the rear. Absolute garbage. But you can get a few tricks out, obviously. So this turret, 114 at the front, and it is a little bit rounded. You'll find you will bounce some shots off the front of your turret, but it's not overly rounded. 76 at the side and 53 at the rear, absolute garbage. The only good things about this tank, as far as the stats go, it has 1,400 hit points. That's as much as a stock Tiger at tier 7. And is only 50 less than the tier 7 British Heavy, the Black Prince. And the only other good thing about this tank on paper is the gun. This is what makes it fun. You got a 17 pounder Mark 7 gun here, 171mm penetration, 150 average damage. This thing only sees tier 7 matches, so you're going to go up against things like the Black Prince, 150mm with the frontal armour. You've got a gun with 170 penetration. You can see why this tank suddenly starts to become fun. It is painfully slow though, 14 kilometers an hour on the flat withheld. However, you will find if you do have this tank, a lot of the time, if you're driving over a long distance, people form the TOG train. You'll get a line of smaller tanks behind you, pushing you just to try and get you there that little bit faster. But this is a weird tank, although it's very badly armoured for a heavy, even a tier 6 heavy. Well, I say that, let's look at the... Well, it does actually have better hull armour and frontal turret armour than the KV-85. And the KV-2, so... Okay, it isn't really too badly armoured, I suppose, but your armour... Flat armour, you're not going to bounce much. But because of the size of this thing, you can very easily sit it with the side exposed like that. And if you're sat like that, if you assume that this part of your tank is covered, and your turret is pointing here at them, they look at your turret and go, no, turret's well armoured, I'll shoot at the side. But at that angle, the side is pretty much an auto bounce for anything that's not 155mm, and you're not really going to face any guns that are 150mm plus at tier 6 or 7. But it can trick a lot of people into firing at the side, and it will just bounce off or be eaten by your tracks. Also, because the tank is so long, you can reverse side scrape, which basically means you sit with the rock here, with your bum hidden behind the rock, your side showing there, and your turret up here. You can easily get your turret around the corner. Obviously, everyone shoots to the side. Weak armor, but it just bounces because of the angle. So that's kind of the things that make this tank fun. Some people see TOGs in the match and go, "Ooh, it's a big credit pinata," but I have seen players driving TOGs, reverse side scraping around rocks, coming out with 2,000-3,000 hit points of damage blocked, and just slaughtering the enemy with their droves. So, I'm going to jump into a match, see how I do, and then if I don't do overly well, we're going to look at how the professionals do it. Okay, so here we are on Winterberg. It is a tier 6 match. Hopefully TOG will be able to feast well. Only thing that is possibly worrying TOG is enemy has KV2. KV2 mortal enemy of TOG. But still, TOG does not fear.
Let's go!
TOG will make way into city. TOG will feast. TOG hopes. TOG is slow. TOG needs to steal a bigger engine. Personally, I always feel the need to start playing like Ride of the Valkyrie music or something when coming down here. Or for the irony, the Benny Hill theme tune. If you don't know what the Benny Hill theme tune is, you should look it up and see why it would just be funny to have that playing while TOG is trundling along. Well, KV2 has just fired, so there's a chance to get some shots into him.
Enemy armor is damaged. We didn't penetrate their armor. We didn't even scratch them. Penetration. Penetration.
Good, the KV2 is gone. Always a good start. T25 is running away.
Enemy armor is hit. We're immobilized. Critical hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit.
This is where TOG feasts. The T150 just bouncing off repeatedly. I'm keeping him trapped. Oh dear.
Dead. We're trying to cover for him.
There goes their artillery taking shots at me.
Killed our driver. We're covering his position, but not very well.
TOG is now moving even more slowly. TOG does not care.
We're on fire. The engine is smoking.
Good.
The fire's out.
TOG cares about that, right?
We're dead.
TOG got
for.
surrounded.
Everyone get out.
The rest of TOG's team died horribly. But hopefully you could see there for a little while at least. Managed to bounce several shots in a row from the T150. And even managed to bounce a shot from that T3485 that was behind me because of the angled side. But anyway, that's enough of me derping around. Let's have a look and see how the professionals do it. Okay, so here we are. on Fiery Assailant with Nobliged. We'll call him Nobby. Nobby is he's a bit better than an average player. He's got a W8 rating of just about 950, and he is going to show us in a tier 7 match how to TOG. But this is a TOG replay, so we're going to speed it up a little bit until we get into the action. He's sat here in this bush, scouting the ridge line up there, see if he can spot any targets. Put the pretty good accuracy of the 17-pounder to work. First target pops up as an IS, but unfortunately can't quite get a shot on him. Oh, fires a blind shot there because the IS pulled up a bit, but no. Nothing much going on, so we'll speed it up a little bit. Light tanks are up there trying to spot the enemy. Somebody gets spotted over the far side of the map and then taken out by a Panzer III-4, so no. Nothing yet. TOG shall wait on. Aha! TOG spies IS.
Enemy armor is hit.
There you have it. Tiny part of the tank to shoot at. I was about to say, the British accuracy punches the shot home, and then of course, second shot flies over the top of his turret. But meh. What are you gonna do? I'm going to be shot at the moment, so speed this a bit. 2 seconds. Nope. I know there's some tanks up on the hill. Oh, 12T. Quick snapshot. Punches a nice hole in the back of that sneaky little French autoloader there. Backs off in case he's been spotted, just in case artillery's paying attention. Because TOGs are a favourite target for artillery. Well, looks like he got away with it this time.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Long range shots at the side of an 88, 600 metres, and he still manages to hit and go through.
Enemy is hit.
Unfortunately, not spotted within his render range anymore, so I have to move up a bit further. See there's a T-43 up there, but can't quite get a shot on him, so tries to angle around a little bit, see if he can get the shot, but doesn't look like it. The team is winning 5-4. Although they did just lose 3 tanks rather quickly. Five. He knows they're up there. Ah, there we go. First shot misses, and then of course the tank disappears. Pops back up. Second shot misses. Come on, TOG, what are you doing?
Enemy armor is
That's
hit.
better. Third shot lands home. Fourth shot unfortunately misses, but he's got time here. Unfortunately, at those sorts of ranges, it doesn't take much movement for him to then be out of not where you can fire a shot. So lines up, takes a shot, and ninjas the kill on the 88 after it drops off radar. Trying to position himself here so that he doesn't get spotted by that T-43. cursing his team for not doing a little bit better at scouting at the moment. But the scores are still even. Oh, there he is. There he is, he's in front of you. Get him! Get him! Get him again!
Penetration.
Get him again. Well, he's definitely spotted you.
Enemy is hit.
Starts to move up.
Enemy
Takes a
vehicle
hit from the
destroyed.
top of the hill by a T-34. So attempts to angle his armour as he pulls back. Wiggling a bit, hopefully. And there we go, and that's why you never reverse straight back when you've been spotted in a TOG. It's definitely appeared to have dropped off the radar by now. Speed things up for a little bit. This is a TOG and he's in reverse. This thing's slow in forwards gear. Reverse is just painfully slow to watch. Even at 4 times speed, this thing is slow. So I'll drop it to 2 times speed for the moment, just while we're waiting for something to happen. And there we go. T-34-85 finally got bored and decided to make a move. Seen him,
Penetration.
but his tracks ate it.
Enemy is hit.
Those T-34-85s very quickly learning
Enemy
why you
vehicle
should never
destroyed.
try and run down a TOG that's on, well, even damaged is on more health. And there we go. Pummeling the M12 very nearly punches ticket for him. Very, very nearly. Now the artillery just has to sneeze at him and he's dead. So he's pulling back. Speed things up a bit. And the artillery's just took another shot there. There we go. The tanks are starting to move up, and unfortunately, Nobby here really doesn't have much health to play with. And holding the back line is him and the artillery. 12 tiers way up there on the hill. Hopefully going to actually spot someone soon and shoot at. Or take out, like maybe that's artillery. KB-30 has disappeared off around the map. So Nobby's sitting here, trying to decide just what he's going to do next. Already hoping like hell that nobody sneaks up on him. But we know the SU-152 is over in the enemy base. And the SU-152 has actually been killed by the KB-13, which is always good. So enemy artillery has been spotted. Nukes the 12T in the face, but gets counter-batteried. So now there's just the 1 tank remaining. So all the way over there. So Nobby decides, right, that's it. KB-13's just died. Looks like if you want something done properly, you're going to have to do it yourself. So he moves up into a relatively good spotting position here. Only to find that the SU-100 is on the other side of the hill. And he kind of shot at him. SU-100 kills the Hummel. Now it's just him and a Hummel. He's on 48 health, the Hummel's on 300. Between the two of them, they've got less health than that SU-100 does. And if the SU-100's using the 122mm gun, he can one-shot both of them. Heck, if he's using the an 85mm gun, he can one-shot Nobby nuts. Nobby's holding his ground, because where he is here, he's in reasonably good concealment for all these bushes, hoping that the SU-100 is going to get spotted before it takes out the hump. Just to be sure, he's loaded his APCR, although you shouldn't need it in the TOG, but only 50 seconds to go, so he's going to blink first. Scanning all the areas he thinks the SU-100 might be popping about of. No point in moving now, he just won't get there in time. Ah, there we go! SU-100 spotted.
Penetration.
Shot goes in. SU-100 tries to move in.
Enemy armor is hit.
19 seconds left. Come on, you can do it. No, no. Don't miss, don't miss. Oh no. 8 seconds to go. Is he going to do it? There he is. There he is. And he's done it! With 2 seconds left on the clock. He got him. Wow, that was tense. I hadn't actually watched that match before recording the commentary for it, so I had no idea what was going to happen at the end of that. And yeah, just wow. Victory with 2 seconds left on the clock. So there we go. Unsurprisingly, that was his ace tanker. High caliber badge as well. Damage wise, he did 1,000 more than any other member of his team, nearly 1,000 more than the SU-100, who was the best player on the enemy team. Experience, he got almost double anyone else on his team on base experience. And even though he didn't have premium account there, came out with 2,400 experience after first win of the day and bonuses, so well done. Nobliged or nobliged, possibly nobliged actually, looking at a bit late to realise that now, but yes, nobliged, showing us how to talk. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've got a new series coming soon. Look at the low tier vehicles of all of the nations, and I'll catch you next time.